Have you ever wondered how some people remain calm, no matter what happens? They don't yell. They don't panic. They don't even roll their eyes. They just sit there, like a still pond, even as chaos dances around them, like fireworks in a windstorm. Today, I'll share the secret to controlling your emotions like a Stoic. But fair warning, trying not to lose your temper every day sounds simple. Surviving it, not so much. So before you relax, take a second to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what I'm building here.
Hi, you have man movie. And I never and T. And who.
And if you're watching this, comment with your location and the time of day.
Hell.
Let's see how far Stoicism has reached. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so we can continue exploring deeper Stoic lessons together each day. I used to think strength meant never bending, never breaking, always pushing harder. But over time, I realized something different. A river carves through mountains, not by force, but by persistence. And the mind, if we want it unbreakable, must be trained with the same steady discipline. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." He wasn't being poetic. He was prescribing a daily practice. It's why I started doing weird things, like cold showers in winter, parking far away on purpose, fasting on weekends, co-moping without a pillow. Yes, I looked ridiculous. And no, it wasn't about suffering. It was about rehearsing, preparing my nervous system for stress, so that when life throws something real, an insult, a failure, a sudden loss, I don't collapse. I observe. I breathe. I respond. And that's the real power. You don't have to control the world. You only have to control your response to it. It's funny. Modern psychology to mentally rehearse loss, not as a way to suffer, but to appreciate, to sharpen the mind. Keep death and exile before your eyes each day, along with everything as terrible that seems terrible, he said. By doing so, you'll never have a base thought, nor will you desire anything excessively. This isn't about being dark, it's about being awake. We don't become mentally unbreakable by resisting life. We become unbreakable by remembering how temporary it is. Strangely enough, one of the quirks, Emperor Marcus Aurelius, was that he kept a servant who during his parades would whisper behind him, "You are only a man." every single time, while the crowd roared. Honestly, I could use that guy in my DMs sometimes. But here's the deeper question philosophers still ask. Is thinking about death helpful or harmful? Does it inspire urgency and presence, or does it make us anxious and detached? Modern psychology debates this too. Some call it terror management theory. But I think the real test is how you use the thought. If you remember death to escape responsibility, it's avoidance. If you remember death to appreciate life, it's wisdom. And personally, the more I think about death, the less I fear it. It makes me softer, calmer. It reminds me not to argue over things I won't remember in 5 years. It humbles me when I want to win, just to feel superior. It helps me show up fully for people I care about, instead of waiting for the right time, because there's no right time. There's just this one. I think, without complaining, that it's so good my head, as it had a diet, not passive sigh, not temperate, not changing bless. No passive sighs, no whispered of course this would happen to me. No blaming traffic, Wi-Fi, or the guy at the cafe, who somehow made a cold brew taste like regret. I failed by Tuesday, but something changed. I became aware of just how much mental noise I create for nothing. The Stoics had a word for this: assent. It means giving approval to a thought, letting it settle in, and become a belief. Epictetus taught his students, it's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things. Or should we accept every emotion, no matter how ugly, as valid and necessary? Some psychologists say, too much control is repression. Others say, too much acceptance becomes indulgence. Maybe the answer isn't a side. Maybe it's a rhythm. I've found that when I feel myself spiraling, instead of fighting or indulging the thought, I just sit with it, breathe, let it float by, like a leaf in a river. And sometimes I smile at it, because most of my panic is just imagination with a fog machine. There's something quietly powerful about watching your emotions without reacting. It's not detachment in the cold sense. It's like becoming the calm eye of a storm, unmoved, still, aware. And in that stillness, I always find something rare: clarity. If you've ever felt like life is trying to pull you apart, piece by piece, remember, the Stoics didn't build walls to stay strong. They built habits. Habits that rooted them in reason, in silence, in resilience. Not to avoid pain, but to carry it without crumbling. Mental strength isn't loud. It doesn't bark or flex. It breathes slowly. It listens carefully. And it knows exactly when to walk away. So if your mind feels scattered, try the habits we just walked through. Not all at once, just one. And let it change you slowly, like water shaping stone. If no one else told you today, You're allowed to stop clenching. You're allowed to move on. You are not your mood. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are the observer behind all of it. And the more you return to that still center, the less this world can break you. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so we can continue exploring deeper Stoic lessons together each day. Let me know in the comments, what time of day is it, where you are, and where are you listening from? Until next time, breathe deep and remain unmoved.